Hey everybody, I wanted to talk about structuring your blog posts like an essay. And remember back when you were in high school and you had to write an essay and you started off with an outline, and that's where your H2 and H3 headings come into play. I'm here on Scriber, and here's an example of an outline. And you can remember writing these, you'd use the Roman numeral one, and that would be the introduction, and then you'd have little subheadings A, B, and C, and then it would go down even further to ones and twos. And so this would be like your H2, and then underneath would be H3s, and then underneath here would be H4s. The reason it's structured like that is to make everything more legible. It's easier to understand when everything is structured. So I'll give you an example. Here's a blog post that I did on using Cadence tabs. And you can see I didn't start off with introduction. We don't use that in a blog post, or you don't use conclusion either. But as you scroll down, I have like a little introduction paragraph here, and then I have getting started with the Cadence tabs block. That's my first section, and that's going to be an H2. And the reason it's an H2 is there's only one H1 per page, and that's the title of your blog post. And you should never change that. Don't use H1s down in the body of the blog post. Okay, so that's an H2. And then underneath that, I have an H3 here, another H3, and then I go back to another H2. So this is my outline. Um, and I continue that way all through the blog post. Now, this is a great way to structure your site so then you can add a table of contents in one click, and I'll show you. Well, it might be two clicks. I'm going to add search for table of contents, and I'm going to use the Cadence one. And that's it. And my table of contents is all made. And that's because it takes the H2s and the H3s and it lines them up into a nice outline. Okay, and the main reason for using this type of structure is for accessibility. It's so that when someone's using a screen reader, if they're visually impaired or cognitively impaired, they use a screen reader. And the screen reader will go through your outline, just like your table of contents. It knows what goes together, it knows what to read next. So an H2 will be a headline, and it will know now I have to go through and read the H3s. Now I'm going to go back to an H2. It's structure rather than having a big wall of text. It's all a big paragraph where it doesn't know where to go. It's just going to read the whole paragraph. Nothing is laid out or structured. So this is an important thing to think about. This table of contents block, you can really mess around with that too. I wouldn't use, you know, I never use H4, H5, and H6, so I would just shut those off. In case you do use them, if you're drilling down that much on your content, you don't need to, mess up your whole table of contents with that. And then also there's collapsible settings. You can enable it to collapse and start it collapsed. And that way you don't have the big long table of contents. It will, look like this instead. Oops, move me. It will just look like this table of contents. So that's it. And I know this is longer than my usual videos, but I hope this helps you. Thanks. Bye.